New York rain is a rain of exile. Abundant, viscous, and dense, it pours down tirelessly between the high cubes of cement into avenues plunged suddenly into the darkness of a well. Seeking shelter in a cab that stops at a red light and starts again on a green, you suddenly feel caught in a trap, behind monotonous, fast-moving windshield wipers sweeping aside water that is constantly renewed. You're convinced you could drive like this for hours without escaping the square prison or the cisterns through which you wade with no hope of hill or a real tree. The whitened skyscrapers loom in the grey mist like gigantic tombstones for a city of the dead and seem to sway slightly on their foundations. At this hour, they're deserted. 8 million men, the smell of steel and cement, the madness of builders, and yet the very height of solitude. Even if I were to clasp all the people in the world against me, it would protect me from nothing. I have my ideas about other cities, but about New York, only these powerful and fleeting emotions. A nostalgia that grows impatient, and moments of anguish. After so many months, I still know nothing about New York, whether one moves among madmen here or among the most reasonable people in the world, whether life is as easy as all America says, or whether it is as empty here as it sometimes seems, whether it is natural for 10 people to be employed where one would be enough and you're served no faster, whether New Yorkers are liberals or conformists, modest souls or dead ones, whether finally we should believe those who say that it is eccentric to want to be alone. In short, I am out of my depth when I think of New York. I wrestle with the morning fruit juices, the national scotch and soda and its relationship to romance, the girls in taxis and their secret fleeting acts of love, the excessive luxury and bad taste reflected even in the stupefying neckties, and the love of animals, this last extending from the gorillas in the Bronx Zoo to the protozoa in the Museum of Natural History. The funeral parlors, where death and the dead are made up at top speed. The barbershops, where you can get a shave at 3 a.m. The subway that reminds you of Sing Sing prison, as filled with clouds of smoke proclaiming from every wall that life is not tragic. Yes, I am out of my depth. In the end, this is how New York affects me. Like a foreign body in the eye. Delicious and unbearable, evoking tears of emotion and all-consuming fury. But yes, of course, I love the mornings and the evenings of New York. I loved New York with that powerful love that sometimes leaves you full of uncertainties and hatred. Sometimes one needs exile, and then the very smell of New York rain tracks you down in the heart of the most harmonious and familiar towns, to remind you there is at least one place of deliverance in the world, where you, together with the whole people and for as long as you want, can finally lose yourself forever.